In this video, I'm going to tell you about 7 Wonders 2nd edition. If you enjoy tabletop games, chances are that you already know 7 Wonders from the 1st edition. So in this video, I'm basically gonna have a look with you at the components. Also because gameplay is exactly the same as it was before. Maybe they changed something with the symbols and the chains and the values, but I have to tell you, after playing the original and after playing this version, I couldn't really tell whatever the differences are. You know, if you had to go online and check them out, then it means that probably they're not all that relevant. If you like 7 Wonders, this is going to be enjoyable to you. It's also going to look like an updated and upgraded version. The production values are higher in this game, in this version than the original game. So it's up to you to see if you like it so much that you want a version with these different production values here. Don't look for it. Don't look for it. Don't look for any significant change in gameplay whatsoever. However, at least, you know, something relates to my family. We were able to convince Mom to play it. Hey, Mom, look at this new version. It looks so great. Look, shiny, shiny. One interesting thing from the box is that they finally gave you the right player count. The original game was labeled as 2 to 7, but the game really does not work with 2. Finally, we know it's 3 to 7. And so both of my daughters that are now 8 and 10 enjoy the game, and we also convinced Mom to play it. She is a tough judge of games, and yet we were able not just to convince her to play, but actually she also enjoys it. So the box is slightly larger than the box of the original edition, and yes, it has these shiny elements here that the original did not have. The statue here is more center rather than more to the side as you had in the original. The rulebook is shorter and tighter, but it still gets the job done. If you never played the game, you won't have any problem with this one. You have player rates. We have a player rate with the list of the cards and the list of the chains. We have other player rates with the description of the objects, of the effects and the icons. We have 3 of these, so I don't know, maybe how about 7? But no, I guess people can share because sharing is caring. The plastic insert is similar to that of the original one. However, the plastic insert of the original one was flat. I had these sections that were flat here. As you can probably see, the bottom has like a concavity that allows you to pull out the components better. The coins look more or less the same as in the original edition. These were tokens. They're a little more military with the black background. And what is also different is the back of the cards. They do look more glorious precisely because they look shiny. Now you really have the feel of the metal, the bronze, the silver, and the gold there. Also, the graphics in the front of the card have been upgraded. So you may remember the original game, to have all the information available, you tended to put the cards in these slightly offset columns. Now, once you paid the cost to build a card, you can put them more like that. All the information that is visible at that point after you build the card is there on top, so you don't have to have those weird offset lines anymore. And just to give you a sense of what to expect from the art. Another interesting change is in the board representing the wonders that you'll be building. in the original game, they have an A side and a B side. Here they still have two sides that are different from one another, but now there is more of a visual contrast because one side is called the day side and the other side is the night side, which represents the same location, just with a different chromatic range representing, well, you remember that. And also, yeah, I remember the Lighthouse of Alexandria in the original game. Both sides had this like stormy situations, so you can choose the more relaxing side. So it's really nice. I like this idea quite a bit. Again, it's an aesthetic upgrade, but that's pretty much, again, what this edition is all about. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, why fix it when it ain't broken? And the original game really ain't broken, in my opinion. It's an excellent game, receives a ton of awards. You get a civilization game that allows you to build a civilization in 40 minutes or less. It's a fantastic game that well deserves its status of modern classic. So if you are new to the hobby, welcome. Your life is about to change. I'm finally glad that you found us. Stop playing video games or being on social media all day. Start playing tabletop games. Awesome. And this Seven Wonders is a great gateway game, and I hope that you give it a try. So if you're new to the hobby or new to Seven Wonders, definitely this is the edition to go for, because it has all of the things that you find in the original edition. They just look a little bigger, a little shinier, a little better, but there's no substantial change whatsoever. If you have the original edition, now it's a little more of a difficult decision there, because this edition, on one hand, hooray, the great thing is they didn't mess up with anything that you loved in the original edition, but really there isn't a lot that is different. Everything looks better, but even then, it's not like the original edition looked ugly at all. So it'll be up to you to see if these production aesthetic upgrades are worth the expense. But then, you know, the holiday season is coming, and that's also when we buy stuff that you don't strictly quote-unquote need, whatever that means when we talk about games. So, Seven Wonders, second edition, it looks great. It looks better than the original edition. As for gameplay, however, no significant difference to report.